It's February the 13th and a nice sunny day for a change. It's been very wet for the last few weeks, but today's looking good. So here we are heading up the allotment to pick some leeks and just have a look around and see how it's all doing. So here we are. I came up here a couple of weeks ago and I covered all the beds in compost that I had delivered to the house. I put it up here in a trailer and a wheelbarrow, covered each bed to a depth of about 1 inch. So they're all ready to go now for planting into. There's a few little weeds just poking up. I weeded them as intensively as I could, but at this time of year you tend to get everything sort of just twitchy into life and all millions of these little things. So I'll have to keep on top of those, but the compost will suppress most of the weeds attempting to come up through it, so it's mainly around the edges, and there's no weed seed in the compost. It's a decent commercial compost made using a hot method, so I won't have any problems from the compost itself. So anyway, let's have a look around. Here is the bed with my winter leeks. I've been picking these all winter. They've been very nice. I've got a few left. These will carry on either until I finish them or mid-March. And then I'll spread the rest. You see, I put a pile of compost here. When the leeks are up, I'll drag this pile over the rest of the bed, and that'll dress those. These are looking good. Now, my broad beans. I planted these back in November. There's often a bit of a balancing act to get the planting time right. Too early and they'll grow too tall and leggy, and they're in danger of being knocked down by wind or even by snow in the winter. Too late and obviously they might not come up at all, or they'll be very small. I think I've got these about right this year. So these went in, I think, second week in November, but the actual planting date is going to vary according to your local climate and soil conditions. So it's really just a matter of finding out what is the right date for you. Like I said, for me it's mid-November. This big bed, ready to go. Not sure what I put in that yet. Here, now, my elephant garlic. I have problems growing either garlic or onions for some reason in the soil here. Something's wrong either with the mineral balance or something like that, but I always end up with infections. White rot is a nasty disease of onions that my onions seem to get. But the one thing that's immune is elephant garlic. It produces very large garlic bulbs, about the size of a decent onion. And I've started to replace both garlic and onions in the kitchen with elephant garlic, which I propagate each year just by breaking up a couple of the bigger heads and planting individual cloves in rows. Up they come. These went in November too, and you see they're starting to grow quite strongly now. As the warmth of spring starts to get on these, they'll shoot up. And come mid-June, I'll be harvesting another crop of garlic. So, as to the sprouts, had these for Christmas and various other things. Old Faithful, keeps you going. Chard, again, I've been picking green leaves through the winter. We have very little in the way of frosts here, so it's quite easy to keep green things growing through the winter time in Cornwall. These being a good example, all the chard you can eat. My artichoke, again, sometimes easy to cut down by frost. This one wasn't, so that'll grow on strongly as spring comes on. It's a very sunny spot here, so I had about 20 artichoke heads on this plant last year. And you see it's split, it's now 2 plants. So I could split those now, divide them up, plant one of the plants elsewhere. But I think I'll leave it in its position at the moment, because I've got nowhere else to put an artichoke, and it seems to be a good spot for it. So. My broccoli. I came up here last week and I found some pigeon damage. We have quite an open site here. Birds just fly in from everywhere, and I figured that the pigeons, let's remove these here, were standing on the post I've made to support the broccoli plants and eating their heads. There's quite a bit of damage here, you can see that. So I quickly threw this netting over them, and that's obviously kept the birds off. Meanwhile, the broccoli's coming on. The lower down ones, obviously they weren't eaten by the birds, and they're nearly ready to go. But a shame about the top one. That was the pride of the fleet, that one. Anyway. So it goes to show even though you think nothing's happening at the allotment, you've got to keep an eye on it, because suddenly you'll have something like a pigeon attack and your plants will be gone before you know it. Another bed here, ready for planting. A bit more elephant garlic. Because it's such a precious crop to me, I like to spread it around, just in case one bed gets dug up by an animal or something like that. Oh yeah, I've got a few spared broad beans there. Again, sometimes you get failures, and it's good to have a few spare plants just to move and pop in where the bean didn't come up. Cabbages hanging on in there. I'll find a use for those. More chard in the raspberry bed. Not sure whether the raspberries are going to come up this season. I've had problems getting them established. We've got a very damp soil here. The raised bed helps a lot, but raspberries don't like getting their feet wet. They're all right once the plants are mature. It's just getting young ones established. In the meantime, I've had another crop of chard. Here we go. Rhubarb. Yes, loving the compost dressing. Rhubarb's a bog plant. It's a heavy feeder and it loves getting its feet wet. So all the rain we've had recently must be making it think it's died and gone to heaven. And more chard. I've got asparagus, 2 rows, one on either side of the chard. So this chard will have to come out soon to make room for the asparagus to come up. I just stuck it in a line up the middle last summer and thought, well, as the asparagus is dying down, this chard will come up. But they will compete for root space, so they'll have to come up. And there we go, that's the allotment. So even though it's the middle of February, you might think it's the quiet season, nothing's happening. Things are growing, stuff's coming back to life. There's nothing to plant out here yet, although there's a lot of action about to happen in the greenhouse. I've got to put seeds in trays ready for the coming season, things that will come up here in a month or so's time. So, lots to do. I better get on with it.